2212. There we go. Hi. Yeah, here we go again. Back once again, like the Renegade Master. Hi. How is everybody? Are you all good? I'll just change something in my settings. default. There we go. Wow. So welcome. Hello, DJ Digi. Got one of yours in today, haven't we? So, today, if you've had an email off me, you are in today's stream. If not, I will get to you as quickly as I can. Oh, EJ, thank you very much for subscribing. Very kind of you. Welcome to the fam. Where do I know your name from, EJ? I've seen your name here before. I'm sure I have. Well, you followed an hour ago. Have I seen you in someone else's stream? I bet I have. Hello, Matt. Droog Clute, yeah, you're in. You've got your remix thingy. Yeah, from Arptrix. Yeah, I thought so. Welcome on in. Thank you very much for subscribing. I really appreciate that. So the demo drop for anyone that is new is basically it's a time where we just hang out. We're going to be hanging out for the next couple of hours, listening to each other's music. If you are an aspiring musician, any genre, anything, and you want to get some feedback in a safe space, then get in touch. All of the details are just down here. Send your demo to amberdpromo@gmail.com. Label the email demo drop, and really importantly, if you're sending me a file, two really important things about that: make sure that you name it properly, because sometimes I do this as well when I'm working on my own projects. I don't put my own name in the title of it because I know that it's mine, but as soon as it leaves your PC and goes somewhere else, you know that no one's going to know whose it is. So just make sure you put your artist name and the title of the tune if you're sending me a file. Please don't send anything through WeTransfer, because WeTransfer, the free version of it only allows the transfer to be there for like 7 days, and sometimes I have too many emails to get through. By the time I get to yours, it's gone. And then I have to ask you again for it. And I know that's frustrating for you guys. So I don't want that to happen. SoundCloud links are fine. And if it isn't good enough to play yet, don't worry, because I will send you some good advice for stuff that you can get on with to help get it to a level which we can listen to. So EJ just said that. I mean, I have some music, but it's not the best. Me too. Has anyone else got music that's not the best? Put your hand up. Me. Yeah, like, don't even worry, because if it isn't up to standard, then, you know, I will explain that to you, and I'll say what you need to do before it can be listened to on the stream. Yeah. You made me use my SoundCloud again. Thank you. Welcome. But yeah, I mean, we're not going to get better, are we? Unless someone fucking listens to something and gives us a little bit of encouragement, because it's so difficult now to get noticed. Now, we've had some real success stories with this show. We've had people find out about each other and start collabing. We've had people find out of vocalists that they didn't know about and got the vocalists to sing on their tracks too. Hi Timber, hi Bosky. There have been people who've now been signed off to labels through, you know, having their music heard for the first time on this show. We have had someone pretend to make really good music and they got found out on the show, which was hilarious. If anyone remembers Jeffrey, oh my God, that was so funny. It is fun here. It is fun here. And, you know, at the very least, we're all hanging out together. You know, we can all have a good chat and yeah, just don't be a Jeffrey, no. But yeah, that's what this is all about. So let's get on with the first track. And I started a bit earlier today because I want to go on Beat Saber later. So there you go. So first up, we've got Alpha A, and this is Mega Sound.
The Mega Sound. Mega Sound. This particular sound, it has been known to cause the need to dance. This particular sound, it can make people feel that supernatural events are taking place. This mega sound. Mega sound. This particular sound is referred to as the mega sound.
Yeah, guys, that was Alpha A and Mega Sound, and I'm really surprised at how good this is, because I've not heard your name before. So, are you new to this, Alpha A? Do I know you on Facebook, or have I met you at Hard House events, anything like that? Where are you from? Where did you just pop out from? I really like this. Hello, Heads Up. You actually automatically made me think of Bosky, who's in the chat, stylistically. And I know you know about the Lads tune. I think it sounds very clean here. I think it's a really good tune. It's very energetic. It's maybe slightly needs another layer to it, like I said while we were going in the chat. And we're talking something really simple here. Maybe something else layered, doing that riff line, just something an octave higher, or having a nice kind of acid line running through it, following the bass, and then obviously building up that the cut off and the accent going through. Some nice string pads would work. Yeah, just starting out at 40. I'm so happy for you. This is amazing. See, you are never too old to start. That's so inspiring. Oh my God. Wow. I'm so pleased for you. That's fantastic. Yeah, it's a great tune. It's very strong. And yeah, the only way is up from here. Like that's so cool. Do you know what? I remember when I was 21 and I had just got signed to Tidy. And I'm 39 now. And I remember having a conversation with somebody who was a producer at the time. Not very well known, but quite well known. And I remember saying to him, I'd like to do music production. Like, I was thinking about going to college, which I did go to college. And he tried to put me off. He said to me, no, he goes, you should have started learning music production when you were a kid. Like, if you didn't start learning when you were a kid, you got no chance. And I remember that conversation. I've always remembered it. And my heart sank. I was like, oh, okay. And I'm really glad that I didn't believe him. But it kind of did stick in my thoughts for a while. And I did think that I might have lost, my opportunity. At 21, I was told that, yeah, you're too old now. But it's not true. It's not true. It's hours that you put into it more than anything, isn't it? What's that saying? It takes 10,000 hours to be an expert at something like that. So why would they even say something like that to me? I'm guessing now, knowing and being an older person and being more experienced, is it's sometimes something that producers will say egotistically to make themselves, to elevate their own worth and their own value. I don't even think he was saying it directly to like scare me off or anything like that. I do think that it's more to do with their investment and their need to feel superior over others, and kind of like a feeling threatened maybe on a level. But mainly I think it's just down to wanting to feel better than others. I don't think like he might believe that that's true. Like that's his belief system, and a belief is just a thought that you keep thinking, and you think it loads and loads of times. That's all a belief is something that you've picked up. The people have told you, ideas that you've been sold by other people, usually peers or older people in your life when you were a kid. That's all it is. A belief is just a thought you keep thinking. And if enough people tell you the same thing, you're going to believe it. You're going to end up believing it. Geezer sounds like a right bell. I guess he was. I don't think he's prevalent in the scene anymore, put it that way. So it's insecurities, yeah. But that's why us talking it like this is so important, because we've just seen that Alpha A has proven that is not true. But, you know, it's crazy, isn't it? 40 years old. Fair play, mate. Right, next up we have got, and I've left Alpha A's SoundCloud in the chat as well. I'll just leave it in here again so you guys can follow them. Are you a boy or a girl? Not that it matters. I'm guessing you're a boy. Alpha Ant, yeah, you're a boy, aren't you? That's a boy's name. Can't be too sure though, and I don't like to speculate or assume. Don't cancel me. Not like Facebook. Oh, I'm not even getting into that one. Anyway. Man producer Alpha A. Man. Hoo. Lads. Right, next. He's a man. Thank you, Alpha A. And please make sure you send in some more stuff when you've done it. Cheers, babes. Oh, what happened with Facebook? I'll tell you later. Remind me at the end. Okay, so this is Mark Ross and Alone. again, for anyone that's not heard a Mark Ross tune, I think we've had one continuously every single stream probably the last year, and none of them have sounded the same. Have they? None of them have sounded exactly the same. Dean, thank you so much for resubscribing. Yay. Thank you for looking after me. I really appreciate it. Thank you, darling. Yeah, Mark Ross does it again. I loved this. It was very atmospheric. It set a scene. And if there's one thing that I struggle with, it's keeping to a theme or a story. Or even deeper than that, sometimes I don't have a theme or a story when I go in the studio. I just kind of like do whatever and see what happens. And it's something that Guy told me, is that the song needs to have a point. It has to have a theme. It's got to have something that you can refer back to. So, and this definitely has that to it. It's called Alone. It felt dramatic. It had feeling to it. It had expression. All of those things that you need. And it was a greatly produced tune as well. So yeah, and he does many different styles. We've actually got one of our first remixes back because we were doing a remix competition for his OMG guys that he does. I think it's like break stuff. And Dr. Drew Klutz or Nexus or NXS, he has finished his remix. If anyone else has done theirs, let me know in the chat. But yeah, my point is he's got lots of different styles that he does. He's now got signed to one of my favourite hard trance labels as well. I can't remember the name of it at the moment. What the bloody hell's the name of it? Something Reality. Let me just find out. Hyper Reality Records, one of my very favourite hard trance labels. And that's been recently. Like, he didn't even think that his music was good. He didn't even think his music was worth signing. Like, he's in Scotland, right? He's in Inverness, and he works or used to work on oil rigs, which means he's on his own a lot. And that's the problem. When you're on your own a lot and you're just doing your own shit in your studio, you don't realise when you're ready. So that's why we're here. God damn it. Okay. So yeah, I have nothing to add to this tune apart from the fact that I like it. I do like it. And I've liked all of them so far. But yeah, I have left his SoundCloud in the chat. I'm just going to put it in again. So I'm just leaving his SoundCloud. Please make sure you go and follow him. He's got 576 followers now, and that's just stupid because he should have like 50,000 at least. It is useful. Thank you, Drew Clute. I love calling you that, even though it's not said like that there. It's been too long now. I can't even think how it's supposed to be said, but thank you, Mr. Drew Clute. Doctor. Okay, next up, I'm putting in Heads Up one. Now, I wouldn't normally do this. I wouldn't normally put in a come on, Amber, think of your word. Let me just catch up with myself. I wouldn't normally put in a track that I haven't heard yet, but it's different when it comes to Heads Up because I know his music very well. And I also had a space left in there. So, do I put a lot of these in my sets? Yeah, I play a lot of Mark Ross's hard trance. One of my favourites at the moment is called Universal Chaos. And again, that's out now on Hyper Reality Records. Like, it's weird with me because I have tunes that I just like listening to, but I wouldn't play in my sets. And the other weird thing is as well, when we're listening to them one after the other like this, it's really difficult to have to understand or think of like the relationship between other tunes. And sometimes I've gone from one of these sessions and then put some of the tracks in with my other professional tunes, and they haven't worked. Which will happen because a lot of the stuff here isn't mastered. You know, it works in progress and stuff. But I still like it. So like some of the stuff I wouldn't actually play in my sets, but I still appreciate it as a song, and I still get highly inspired by you guys and you know the stuff that you send in, because it helps me to get over my own blocks as well. So where were we? Oh yeah, Pitch Invader and Kenty and it's called Got It Going On Heads Up Remix. Here we go. heads up, take a bow. Yeah, I play a lot of heads up stuff. So this was no surprise to me that it would be another tune that I really want to play. I love it. The one thing I really like and get inspired by, Jazz, about your tunes is your, I'm not going to say unpredictable because it's not that. Your unpredictable, but not in a way that it's random. So I like about your productions, and this is specific to this genre as well. Now, the thing is with bounce, a lot of the bounce tunes can sound very, very similar, and they have one thing in common. They all have extremely obvious, that's the word. They have very obvious bass line progressions, or they don't move away from the root note. And with you don't have obvious bass progressions. Like, you change it up. You've got a couple of sections in there. You've got the intro where it's flat, and then you've got the first one. And it's kind of like then what you do is you have like a middle 8 section or a bridge section, where in this case you go into... And that kind of like change up in the bass progressions, I think it should be used more in bounce, because it can get really boring by the second half. I think this is maybe a reason why most bounce tunes are beginning to be like 3 minutes long, and you can still keep yours to like 5-6 minutes long, because they're not boring. It reminds me a bit of your intro track. Yeah, it's got that same progression. The all important key change. Yeah, that's always a winner. Where you go down 3 notes from the root note. You'll hear that progression in a lot of music, but it's subtle. But it's really not. It's not necessarily a key change, but what we're doing is it's just a different progression. It's still going to be from that root note though, because it's still ending up on the root note, but it's coming at it from another angle, and then you're starting off. See, and having that. So you're starting flat, but then you're putting like a little surprise one where you're going up to the 5th. You know, I love shit like that. And then you got the bit where your bass line is then following the vocal. And that takes some kind of musical knowledge or music theory knowledge. It really does. So it's the same chords, but it's reversed. There you go. You're keeping it simple, but it still adds interest to us as listeners because it's different. Same but different. Drop it down a third. So in that bit that we were talking about before, DJ Digi, if you were on G, where's my little piano? I don't know where my little piano is. Hang on, let's wait here a second. Let me just see if I can find what standalones have I got on here. Is my Korg M1 a standalone? I think it is. Let's see if this works. Oi. That's weird. It's just frozen on me. Is everyone still there? Control Shift Escape. Failed to open the MIDI device. I don't. There it's working now. Okay, so if the root note was a G. Hang on, let's do it from what the actual tune is. Okay, so this track is actually in B flat. Cool. So if B flat is the root note, then it'd be F sharp, and then it'll be A flat, and then it'll be B flat. So it's a third harmonic. It was a third down in the key of. Not 3 just notes down, because that wouldn't sound right. It's the third. So it's all the black notes as well on in this key. So B flat, it would be F sharp, A flat. Can you hear that? Oh, you can't. Can you not hear that? Oh, that's a shame. I can. And then. Wonder why you can't hear that. I'm not going to mess around with my sound settings right now. No, that won't be a good idea. But basically, yeah, it's a third and then the second down, and then a third down and then the second down, and then back up to the root note. But it's easier to hear it than it is to say it. But yeah, it works for so many genres of music as well, doing something like that. So yeah, well done, Heads Up. Thank you very much. And yeah, I appreciate you sending that in. And hopefully that means I'm allowed to play it in my tune, in my sets. Yeah? Thank you. Okay, next up we have got Michael Oakley, Control. And this is the DJ Digi remix. It's crazy the energy is so high with all black notes, to be honest. I was pleasantly surprised when I started remixing how well it worked. The vocal is off pitch by 1 semitone to get them chords. Wow. And that goes against what we're usually told, isn't it? Hello, Dexter Mean. How are you doing? Because we're usually told that we shouldn't fuck around with the vocal, and if possible, like work the bass and everything else around the vocal. Now, I agree with what you're saying there, Heads Up, because especially in dance music, it's really important to have the kick and the bass sounding sonically as best that it possibly can. And there are certain keys of which that is most prominent in. So like I know with Guy usually does either B flat, G is another one, or A as well. They all seem to be ones for like hard trance that sound really good. A sharp is a golden key for me. Yeah. So I think sometimes if it means moving the vocal a little bit, the software we have these days for shifting, pitch shifting and stuff is just phenomenal. So yeah, this is DJ Digi's remix of Michael Oakley, Control. Let's go.
but you're falling like the rain. Blinded by illusions, but you do it all over again. High, you know it's just a game. Not looking for forever, just a chance to start again.
Wow. Can I just say before I forget, Digi, right at the end here, just after the last little fill, I would really like to hear that just stay on the root note, this bit here I'm on about, and not follow the bass pattern that it does when the vocals in, this bit. Like, keep it on that note, keep it on the first note. Because I like mixing out. This is from a DJ point of view. It keeps the energy in there as well on that note. And as a DJ as well, because I'll be mixing out at this point, there's much more, it's highly more likely that the next track that I'll be mixing in will harmonically mix if you just keep it on that on the root note. If you must key change, do another 32 with the key changes. You mean without? Yeah, like at the beginning and the end, like you do have the bit where it goes flat, but it's right at the end. And this is where the power is. Yeah, go on the solid root note. Not all the way through, just on the intro. See, you do it on the intro. You did it on the intro. Make sure you do it on the outro. Yeah, because it's powerful. Like, that bit excited me. If you watch this back, you'll see, and you watched it in slow motion, you'd see me with my dead, emotionless body come to life at this point. Fucking yeah! And I even did an air horn, pretty sure. There you go. If you're dead inside, just listen to Baron, you'll be fine. Does it excite me as much as cheese? Don't, because I'm on a diet now. I've been eating far too much crap lately and drinking far too much alcohol. So I'm swapping my addiction to alcohol to cans of Monster at the moment. Bigelow Danji B. How you doing? Hi, Karsten. Ooh. You can't drink too much alcohol. Don't, because it sounds like a competition now, which I want to enter. No! So, before we move on, DJ Digi, I really did like this tune, and I know that you got some very good advice from Heads Up here. So Heads Up is saying it just needs a balance. Yeah, and that's the only, if that's the only thing that Heads Up can fault, Digi, then you're on the right tracks here. And make a note of what he said up here, where he said highs on the vocal, low cuts on your effects and snare rolls, and maybe a small notch boost on your low to sub bass end on the kick and basses. And I'd agree with that. Definitely. Like, it's good that you've got this far and it sounds, this good. What's better, beer or red wine? Oh, I love red wine. I do love red wine, but it's just the headaches, isn't it? Do you know, I've just found some stuff actually that you can buy, and it's where is it now? I have to find it. It gets rid of the sulfates. You can just buy it on Amazon. Excuse me. And you spray it in the glass before you drink it. And okay, Digi, you spray it in the glass and it gets rid of the sulfates, which is apparently what gives you the headache the next day. Yeah, exactly. Gets rid of the sulfates. I didn't even know that was a thing until a month ago, and I'm nearly 40 and I've drunk a lot of red wine. It's just ridiculous. I've only just found out about that. Okay, next up, we're going to do... where are we? Okay, we're going to do Chalice G and extra cheese. So guys, Chalice G would like some help with their production with this one. What is it called? I'm going to have a search for it while we listen to this on Amazon. I'll just check my orders and write it in the chat for you, babes. Okay, here we go. So there we go. That is Extra Cheese by Chalice G. Now, obviously, we do usually have quite a lot of varied music on here, and we do have varied levels of production abilities on here. And I know that this person can improve on what is already here. And it's quite an easy fix, really. I agree with what people have said there about it being a bit random or a bit too much going on. That is probably down to a few of the issues regarding pitching or being in key. So the parts actually would work well with each other if the bass line in areas was on the right notes. Let me just sound. I'd say a bit more sound design. Sounds very basic. Yep. If that's a cheese effect going, then cool. Main thing is for me, structure needs work and levels. Yep. I would agree with that. I'd move away from the Forever Young melody. Well, yeah, is it Forever Young? It is, isn't it? That is actually, to me, with my classical background, that's actually air on the G string. That progression is very... Don't laugh at air on the G string. Sounds like you're farting, doesn't it, when you've got a thong on? Fuck. Anyway, kick needs to be more prominent. Definitely could benefit from another mix down. I don't want to be too harsh on this at all, because I can't, because it's fun, and I do believe that Chalice G has done a good job here. But yeah, so like the kick could be definitely, there could be a better kick in there. And let's have a quick listen again. Let me just have a quick listen. The sounds used are authentic to this style, so that's fine. I just think that the kick and the bass could be better with maybe just popping onto YouTube and having a look at some tutorials on how best to get your kick and your bass sounding good together. Also, slight pitching issues with the bass line to these top elements as well, and that is not even a key thing. That is literally fine tuning. So we're talking like a couple of cents here or there, and that's what can make it sound discorded or make it sound disjointed from itself. But as a piece that someone's just done for shits and giggles, I think it's good. I do. And I think the only way is up from here. Chalice G, please keep making more music. So Yeah, kick and bass is definitely one of the, not the hardest thing. Wow, it's all relevant, isn't it? Kick and bass is so important to a tune. Like you have to get that into your head that it really doesn't matter how good the rest of the tune is. If your kick and your bass is not good, nobody's gonna play it. I wouldn't play it anyway. I wouldn't be able to play it. It needs to pop. And some of the mistakes people make with a kick is they properly overthink it. So a lot of the a lot of the sound packs that you buy these days, Vengeance sound packs, one that I go to very, very often is the Dave Parkinson Volume 2 sample pack. The kicks that you get in these sample packs, wherever they're from, they're usually already compressed. They're usually already treated in a way that you don't need to add a lot else to it. You really don't. And sometimes we can get into a bit of a habit of compressing everything, or, you know, rolling off everything and losing transients and losing dynamics and, you know, like over processing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Dave Parkinson, like if you want to spend some money getting a sample pack, go and get the Dave Parkinson ones, because you get so much in them as well. So much. And just because he's trance, it doesn't mean that these are just like ones to use in trance. Like the kicks, you don't need to ever go to any other, like you don't need any other kicks ever if you've got the Dave Parkinson sample pack, honestly. The only other one that ever made me this happy has been the Vengeance Club Sounds sample packs from back in the day. Yeah, I think there is a house one as well. When I said trance, I was thinking, isn't he house though? But yeah, anything that's got Dave Parkinson on it, just get it. Just get it. Yeah, his claps are really nice, and you get so many. And the claps are really nice because they're layerable. Some of them have got like longer tails. Some of them are quite snappy. I found putting a VU meter on Dave Parkinson's kicks shows they are hitting around plus 10 decibels on the meter. Really? Okay, heads up. I'll see you soon, darling. That's crazy. Well, something that I always do that I've found very, very helpful is what do they call it? Gain staging. They call it gain staging, but it's basically just like setting all of your samples and all of your things like down by about 6 dB, something like, maybe even more, maybe like 10 dB, minus 10 dB, and give yourself headroom. Give yourself headroom to get everything in, you know, when you've got all your elements together. Ooh, that scared me then. Hello, DJ Finn. Thank you so much for raiding us. Yeah, headroom is so important, because then you start squashing everything with a limiter, and then you lose all your dynamics, and then you're wondering why everything's sounding so flat. Guys, please get following DJ Finn. Thank you so much. How was your stream? Did you have fun? I'm just going to give you a follow. I am following you. What am I on about? So yeah, guys, if you like DJing, part of Rave Styles crew, make sure you go and follow DJ Finn, please. So welcome, Raiders. Welcome on in. We are doing the demo drop today. Hi, Richie B. Didn't see you there. So next up. Yeah, so basically, if you don't... Are you being BPMs, buddy? Yay! Well, a friend of being BPM is a friend of mine. So we do this demo drop every Tuesday where we listen to each other's work. So yeah, we were just listening there to Chalice G, and now we're going to listen to... Oh, okay, so... Does anyone remember a few weeks ago we had a track called Sharon Something's Up the Pole? Are you all right, Sharon? Does anyone remember it? It was really cool. It was so funny. Does anyone remember that? Yeah. Like Sharon something's up the pole. It was a good tune, but it was funny as well. Well, we've got another one from People Like Us. So yeah, we're gonna play it now.
My lovely Mayo Mummy, so gentle and so wise, rocking on your rocking chair, baking cakes and pies. My lovely Mayo Mummy, my lovely, lovely Mayo my lovely, lovely Mayo
How cool is that? That is People Like Us, My Lovely Mayo Mammy. Oh, I love fun stuff like this. This is where a lot of my own ideas come from. They're all quite comedy based. But it's backed up by a good track. You know, it's not just like funny for the sake of it. You know, that's a great tune. I love it. It kind of reminds me of the Crookers. Like the fidget kind of stuff from back in the day. But I really like that. Hi, DJ Harold. Yeah, maybe a bit more variation, yeah. But yeah, I really liked it. I think do you know what I love as well? Is I love the artwork that goes along with these tunes. Like that's the SoundCloud there. Just go and have a look at the artwork. It's just brilliant. It's so my sense of humour as well. I love it. I absolutely love it. Well done, People Like Us. Okay, next up, Dean Richardson and David Marsh, and this one's called Lights on Me.
me, I am in a big deal hole, kinda pretty. I see the day all dancing around me, and I'll be dead too. Yeah, I wanna know it, when you hear it seems like the hell. Yeah, I wanna know it now. I'm feeling it. Lights on me.
Do you know what's really, really nice as well in the chat is a lot of you producers who have been played on the show, you stick around and you listen to each other's music and you're being so helpful to each other and really really enthusiastic and you know, helping each other's confidence by being here and helping each other. I do notice things like that. I really do. So big ups to everyone who has their tunes played and sticks around. That's really cool. Oh, Bosky's having a bromance there. I have to say, mate, you by far my favourite producer right now, an inspiration, mate. Yeah, I agree there, Dean. Like, I do agree that you've been putting tunes, sending us tunes in here for probably nearly a year now. It's got to be. And the quality was great to begin with. There was so much potential, but that potential is now turned into, you know, actuality. Your productions are becoming consistently good, and your ideas are formed well, executed amazingly. And yeah, I love the I loved the vocal. And you did the cardinal sin of having a dubstep break in a hard house tune, and I respect you for that. I did a similar thing many years ago in a track where I had a dubstep part in it, and everyone hated it. Everyone was like, yeah, I really like that tune that you did, but we don't like the dubstep bit, because they weren't ready for it. Like, I loved that dubstep bit. I think it was very fitting, and it gave it helped give it its character. So yeah, I loved it. I still play your remix of Lisa Lash's Looking Good all the time. Such a good remix, that. So yeah, that is Dean Richardson. Dean, please can you... Yeah, air horns. Good idea, Bosky. Dean, please put in your socials into the chat so people can follow you and your work. Amazing. Cheers, mate. Oh, this one's a good one. Do you know, I only quickly listen to these tunes as well, so I get to enjoy them. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Before we move on, Dean, I really appreciated the strange, the different bassline progression in this track. Your little semitone down at the end there. Like, that is just so cool. So cool. Loved it. Okay, next up we've got Kieran B, and this is Work 2021.
Let's go! I want you to take your broom and sweep my yard. You better brush it good or we go fall apart. Don't give me no sugar thing. You have all day and night. I had to satisfy, so you better do it right. What you waiting for? Put your back in it. Just a little more. Throw your weight in it now. Tell your body you're ten. Work it hard and long. When you finish that, I want you to go downtown. What you waiting for? Put your back in it. Just a little more. Throw your weight in it now. Tell your body you're ten. Work it hard and long. When you finish that, I want you to go downtown. Go down, go down, go down. Come up, come up, come up, come up. Go down, go down, go down, go down. Come up, come up, come up, come up. Go down, go down, go down, go down. Come up, come up, come up, come up. Go down, go down, go down, go down. Come up, come up, come up, come up. Walk you come to do, just remember that. And don't pick my fruits, you can put them back. You start off walking nice with that big broomstick. Now you're eating back like you spread a bread. What you waiting for? Put your back in it, just a little more. Show your weight in it now. Tell your body you're ten. Walk it hard and low. When you go down, 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 go down,
Fuck yeah. Kieran B, Take a Bow. Again, another one who I've known for a very long time. I've known Kieran ages. And his productions have been getting better and better and better. This one's my favourite that you've done so far, Kieran, when you watch this back later. I think it works really well. The track works really well with the vocal. The vocal works really well with the track. It's nice and strong. Kick and bass is sounding so crisp, so prominent. And I'm definitely going to be playing this for a very long time. Yeah, Nikki, that's the way that the vocals sung. Yeah, I know what you mean, because she doesn't really sing it in a key when she's doing the "What you looking for? Put your back in it." It's more like an expressionate kind of a way of doing it. The rest of it, the verse is in a key, but that's kind of like what the point of it is like it's kind of it's disjointed in a good way, because it's like she's just shouting it. Yeah, it's Jamaican. But yeah, I loved it. Really well done. Really well done. If you listen to the original of that tune as well, it's the same in the original too. So Richie, why have you deleted Mama Claire's message saying it's Jamaican? Are you getting finger happy again? You had a moment. Oh, I do it all the time, like, because the chat moves really quickly. It's cool. I always try to, like, if there's something that I need to delete, there's been many times where my fingers slipped and I've like deleted someone else's comment. It is hard work being a mod, you know. It's really stressful. It really, especially in this day and age. Right then. So yeah, guys, Kieran B. I think you can delete, can't you? I don't know. I'm not sure. Kieran B, I loved it. And like I say, I'm going to be playing it for a long time. Next up, we have got Avant Garde. And this is Do It All For You. I feel like I'm on radio. This is Avant Garde, Do It All For You. Avant-garde, do it all for you. I really, really like this tune. I've just gone into my inbox just to check if I can tell you who this is. But before we do that, I'm just going to have a look at the comments. If anyone was going to make a guess who they thought that Avant-garde was, who would you think that it was? Put your answers in the chat. Nikki says, nothing to add, just my crappy headphones making something out of nothing. Great track, well put together. Maybe an octave element could be introduced with the lead, but not really need ace track. Yeah. Cool. So we're just talking bells and whistles and personal taste, really, aren't we? Like, that track is solid. I love the kick and I love the bass on this one. Everyone else is saying, yeah, I love this one. Kick and bass sounding ace. Like an MC thing, isn't it? Yeah, everyone's in agreement. This is a good tune. Team Sly. It does sound a bit like Team Sly. M Series, it definitely sounds a bit like M Series as well. GWR. Who is it? Okay, I'll tell you who it is. And I am really proud of this person as well, because this is something that I think is their best work now. It is Bosky! Let's. Bosky. Yeah, in the chat. Yay! Do you know what's quite funny? I got an email from Avant-garde that I looked at earlier. I'll read it out to you. I'm not going to screen share it. I can't be asked to bother around with it. And okay, so it reads this. It says it's from Avant-garde, blah 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 at hotmail.com, whatever the rest of it is. And it says, "Hello Amber, I have heard about your demo drop show and would like to submit a track I have recently made. Please find attached my new production. Kind regards, Avant-garde." So Bosky thought he was going to send me something from a new email that so I wouldn't know that it was him. I've known Bosky for a while. But I don't think he realised that when you send an email, even if you've like made a different email address, it's still coming up with Dave and then his surname before I've even seen the email that he's used. So I knew it was him straight away. I was thinking, why is he being like this? Because he's on the demo drop all the time. Why is he put, "Hello, I've heard about your demo drop, blah, blah, blah." And I thought, I bet you that's what's happened, is he's trying to send me this without me knowing it's him. And so I wrote back, "Dave, is that you? Do you not want me to tell anyone this is you?" And he's put, "How do you know it's me, bugger?" No, don't say anything. But if people can recognise my sound, you can tell people after if you want. Can't believe you found out, you little scamp. I've just written, it says Dave and then the surname on the top of the email. Dickhead. I shouldn't have told you. I should have just pretended I was some what's it called? White hacker. So funny. Amateur emailer, professional hard house producer. So back to the track. I love it. I think the vocal is fantastic. The elements all work so well. They really do. And it's your best work yet, mate. And I love the name Avant-garde. I think it suits you. So yeah, I love this. I loved everything about it. So Google it. What avant-garde? I know what avant-garde means. It means like little bit like different, doesn't it? A bit like you. New and experimental ideas and methods in art, music or literature. Avant-garde. Yes. Yes. It's a good word. Shampoo. It's not shampoo. Right, next tune we have now got, this is Dextramine 90, and this is Losing My Cool. So I think Dextramine is in the chat as well. Guys, make Dextramine 90 feel very, very welcome. Let's have a listen to this.
What you doing? Baby, you must think that I've been clueless. Darling, don't know who you think you're fooling. It ain't me though. You do this. Call me up and ask me at the blue, yeah. Girl, you got me feeling like I'm losing it. If it's real love, then I'll try. But I can't lie. I'm losing my cool. I'll try, but I can't lie. I'm losing my cool. I'm losing my cool. I'll try, but I can't lie. I'm losing my cool. I'm losing my cool. Can't live with losing you. And I'll try, but I can't lie. I'm losing my cool. I can't live with losing you. I can't live with losing you. And I'll try, but I can't lie. I'm losing my cool. I'm losing my cool. I'll try, but I can't lie. I'm losing my cool. I'm losing my cool. I can't live with losing you. I can't live with losing you. I can't lie. I'm losing my cool. I'm losing my cool. I'll try, but I can't lie. I'm losing my cool. I'm losing my cool. Can't live with losing you. Can't live with losing you. I can't lie. I'm losing my cool.
Wow. Oh, I love that. I don't know what you were worried about there, Dextramine, because it's just a great tune. So laid back, and it's just very expressive. The vocal was beautiful. I like the fact that by the second time I'd heard that chorus, I was singing along with it, which is so important. It was really catchy. Yeah, I absolutely loved it. I really did. I'm pretty sure. Did you say that you're the one that's been on BBC Introducing? Yeah, I've just found your email. So you're a friend of Gavin. G Summers in the chat as well. So a bit of background, guys, on Dextramine is he says, I'm a BBC Introducing artist from Nottingham. I actually live on the same street as G Summers, and I've had my music played regularly on BBC Radio in the East Midlands. Last month, I got signed to Glitch World Recordings, and my debut album, Shadow of the Cat, what a good name. Wow, Shadow of the Cat was released last Friday. I've been working on tracks for my second album, which is going to be called Smiler, and I was wondering if there could be any interest to you. Yes, they are of interest. Thank you so much for sending that in. It's beautiful. And the fact that you did it with your 9-year-old son is so cool. I myself have twin girls. They're 11, and it's so nice when they come into the studio with me. I've done a track with one of my daughters, Sasha. And you know, it's the best thing in the world when you can make music with your loved ones. So thank you so much. Nothing to really add, you know, on terms of it technically or whatever, or production wise. It's really nice. You can tell you've got a style, you've got a sound. You've got twin boys. Oh my god. Oh, what a lovely synchronicity. That's so cool. Yeah, my girls are 11 now. But yeah, it's such a cool thing. Pains in the ass, they are, yes. I think it's worse with boys as well. Boys just, like, girls don't hit each other as much. And they're slightly tidier. Well, one of them is, with mine. Like, one of them's quite tidy, and the other one follows after me. So there you go. But yeah, mate, I am really, really happy with this, and I think you should be happy with this as well. I think everyone will agree. It's a great tune. Really, really good tune. Well done, mate. Thank you for sending it in. Next up, we've got DJ 170 out, and this is Side Effects. Now, I know that DJ 170 out is being a little bit anxious about us playing this. No, you don't need to hide. You always do this. I'm so proud of you for being brave and letting us listen to your tunes, babes. Because, like I said to someone earlier, right? There's no way that any of us are going to get better unless we learn from mistakes and be brave enough to make those mistakes in the first place. It's only the ones who won't even bother trying, you know, that I feel sorry for. Because it's never a mistake if you're learning from it, ever. Yep, let's go.
See this sexy shit I got on?
Who the hell are you talking to? Voice lady says we gotta keep him cool. Otherwise, he burning up, he can get brain damage.
Nobody even noticed that. This is a nice fish, you know? Big fucking eyes, but a nice fucking... See this sexy shit I got?
Voice lady says we gotta keep him cool. Otherwise, he burning up, he can get brain damage.
Nobody even noticed that. This is a nice fish, you know? Big fucking eyes, but a nice fucking... See this sexy shit I got? This is a nice fish.
Cool. 170 out. You can come out now. Come out from your hiding place. Let's have a little chat. Okay, so this is an improvement on the last one that you sent in. I still think that you have got... There's a slight pitching issue on... Where was it, this section? This bit. Like, that's in a major. It's not really sitting right with the rest of it. But do you know what? It wasn't like a massive deal, but it did sound a little bit out of place, because the rest of it is... And then you got... I know what you're trying to do there. You're trying to elevate it, but it's... If you're going to do that, then bring the bass with it, because the bass is still sitting on the same root note. So if you're going to move it like that, take the bass with it. Yeah, change the 303 to match. Dean Richardson said, I'd layer up the lead and get some movement on it. Yes. Do you know what? This is one of the most helpful things that you can learn, especially in hard house, is it's not about adding loads more stuff. Hi, people like us. We've listened to your tune, by the way, and it's amazing. It's not always about adding more stuff. It's about using this stuff already in there effectively. So having a phaser, like Dean said, automate a high pass filter over it. Any of those kinds of things are going to add movement and ear candy to the elements that we have. I said earlier that on the hi-hats,
This is a nice fish.
those hi-hats could really benefit from having a delay on them. I think someone said about ping pong delay would be perfect here. What else? The wow 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 gets a little bit lost with the intro of the other low synth sound. Part of the vocal I struggled to hear what was said during the intro bit. Yeah, so you've done the hard bit, which is to learn how to arrange. The arrangement's perfect, and you've got the sounds. The sounds are right, and everything's got its place. But now it's about getting clarity with the parts that you have got. Learning maybe a little bit more about EQing, using saturation, tuning the kick and the bass, possibly. It needs another mix down. And I can see from the waveforms that when we're getting to your snare rolls, here, here,
You gotta keep it cool. Otherwise, you burn up.
and here, you're gonna hit the headroom here, because when it comes to mastering and getting the best and pushing everything, because they are so much louder than the rest of the track. So if guys who are producers, what are the ways that you combat that when you're coming to snare rolls and doing a kick roll and stuff? One way that I would do it is I would probably get a high pass filter to filter out the kicks as you're doing a snare roll. In fact, I think you're using the kick there as the roll, filtering it. Yeah, velocity is another good way of doing it. Yep. And by doing this, you're creating more headroom for yourself. So that means that when you're going into the other elements, you've got more room for doing some surgical EQing, not just, subtractive EQing where you're taking stuff away, but maybe boosting certain things, especially the vocal. You're going to have more headroom for all of that. Yeah, I have the kick in time with the snare. I would possibly keep the kick in there, but put a really nice high pass filter on that kick. And it will add energy to it as well. -6 dB on kicks and snares. Yep. Gain staging's everything on here. And I don't think you've got a problem with gain staging, because I can see like this is a pre-master and it's very low in volume. I've had to boost everything to get it at the same level of everyone else's. So that's not a problem. You are doing gain staging. But I just think that if you, on those snare rolls, on the kick rolls sections, very, very easy fix. And then by doing that, you've then created you've probably got another at least 3 dB of headroom there now, or 5. So there you go. Well done, mate. Please keep sending them in, because I know that, like you said, that you're taking notes and you're taking all of this in. And do you know what? When you're making these mistakes, which are not mistakes because you're learning from them, we're all learning from this, because you just reminded me that I don't always put a high pass filter on my snare rolls or my kick rolls, and I should do as well. So, this is very, very helpful for all of us. EJ says, my note-taking hand is getting sore. It's great, isn't it? It's great. But yeah, the ideas are there, darling, and just please keep at it. Loved it. Thank you. Right, next up. Tony Perkins, strutting in your stuff. Oh, DJ 170 out. Please make sure that you put your socials in the chat for everyone. Dean, see you later, mate.
Something that makes you special. I wish I had a witness. And you don't have to compare yourself with anybody else until you find out what he gave you and start strutting in your stuff. You'll never realize that in spite of being loveless, you are powerful. That's all right. God just open up your womb. God just open up your business. God just open up your mind. God just open up your intelligence. God just open up your life.
Oh, mate, I love that tune. Tony Perkins strutting in your stuff. Your stuff has got so much incrementally better over the last year. Really, really enjoy listening to your stuff. I love your funky stuff. You've got some really, really strong ideas and you're executing them so well. I love that tune. Thank you so much for sending it in. Send it me, please, if you would, as an MP3, because I'd love to play that in my more funky sets. Really, really like that. Really do. Yeah, People Like Us, we played your tune earlier. We absolutely loved it. It was a great follow-up to Sharon, what's her name? Is it the poll? We really, really liked it. So thank you for sending it in. Yeah, Tony, brilliant. Absolutely loved it. So yeah, guys, please get following Tony. I'll leave the link in the chat again for you. Tony's got 36 followers, and this isn't right. You should have a shitload more than that. So yeah, nothing I can add to that production-wise. And yeah, some good news. I won my money back on the scratch card. I always buy scratch cards, and then I forget about them. Happy anniversary! I always get them, and then I always forget about them. So I've got my money back on that. Yay! A few thank yous. DJ Rodario, thank you for following earlier. Crazy Weirdo, thank you for following. Wilson, thank you so much for 6 months now. I massively appreciate that. Thank you. And Super Marco, thank you for 2 months. I massively appreciate you for subscribing to my channel, because it really, really helps me to stay here and to carry on doing this as my main job. So thank you so much, guys. Yeah, should be so many more followers than that for Tony. So guys, get following him. I loved it. Thank you so much, mate. Okay, so next up we have got our first remix competition entry for OMG going down. If you haven't got the parts for this yet, if you go to Discord and you go to the demo drop section, there is the link for the parts on there if you want to do a remix. This particular one is by Dr. Drew Klute, aka NXS. So let's see what you've done with this remix. Let's go.
Okay, it's going down. DJ bass me through the roof. Okay, it's going down. DJ bass me through the roof. Okay, it's going down. DJ bass me through the roof. Going up in it, bit. My DJ bass me through the roof. Okay, it's going down. DJ bass me through the roof. Okay, it's going down. Going down. Okay, it's going down. Okay, it's going down. Okay, it's going down. Going down. Going down. Okay, it's going down. Okay, it's going down. Okay, it's
So yeah, that is OMG going down in NXS Nexus version. Dr. Drew Clute in the chat there. May, I really think this style suits you. Usually you're very much more the Shrans and heavy techno route. This works so well for you. And it allowed you to show another aspect of you and your music and express yourself in a different way. This is why remixing is such a great tool for us, especially as we are improving our skills, because it allows us to see a direction that we probably wouldn't have taken before. And it inspires thought, it inspires creative thoughts based upon the limitations of the parts that you have in a remix. Limitations breed creativity, as we've spoken about on the show before. Yeah, Red Misty, it's the techno man. You are coming out with another aspect of yourself, and the great thing about doing that is then you can take that back into your other style of music. It's brilliant. It's great to see this side of you. FM7 VST is used for the strings. Nice. Yeah, I liked that. I like the atmosphericness. I like the dynamics that this track has in this one. You know, that you don't necessarily need to have that much in techno, in the heavier techno. But I loved it. Yeah, I liked this side of you very much. So well done. And yeah, if anyone else wants the parts, they are in the Discord. So grab them Well done, mate. Another air horn for you. Captain, I'll see you soon, darling. And now we have got Sidef, and this is deviant behaviour. So welcome in, Sidef. I think I've seen you in the chat. Hang on, where have I put you? Where have I put you? One sec, let me just find it. There it is. side F, deviant behaviour. It's got everything for me, this. It's got the Hoovers and it's got the acid line. It's cheeky, energetic, and the kick in the bass is just amazing. It's nice and interesting. I really, really, really like this. Good arrangement, as Perkmeister Funk says there. Yep. Nice change up, keeps it interesting. Yep. Everything that you need, basically, is there. I'm going to just share Side Def's SoundCloud again. It is a cool name, isn't it? It really is a cool name. Yeah, I really, really like this tune. Really, really like this tune. And yeah, well done, mate. Please keep sending these in. And, you know, I would play that tune in a heartbeat. It's everything that I want. Ticks every box for me. So, yeah, well done, everybody. Pats on backs all round. We've all done so well. And please stay where you are because we're going to go and raid Mama Claire now. And Mama Claire is someone who I do live streaming with. She is quite new to Twitch, but she's been doing live streaming for quite a while. Especially if you like techno, stick around. And we're going to go and give her loads and loads of love now. I've literally yesterday, because basically what happened was, because of you guys and how amazing you are in supporting me, one of the months quite recently, I found myself with enough leftover cash after my bills and stuff to help someone else's streaming dream come true. So, and Claire's out in Canada, so I bought her a laptop, very expensive gaming laptop, audio interface, everything basically that she needs to get set up. And I wouldn't have been able to do that without you guys supporting me on Twitch. And yeah, she's set up better now. We've still got a few bugs to like iron out, but she's learning so quickly. So she's kind of tech savvy, but it's all new. It's new technology now, so things have changed quite a bit. So I've been helping her out with things. So we're going to go over there right now, and we're going to go and support her and give her loads of love. So let's go and have some fun. And I will see you again for Demo Drop next week. And I'm back here on Thursday as well. Are you ready? Let's go.
Room subscribed. Yes.